Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Okay, so today we are going to start the revision of the chapter digestive system. So the basic when we are starting this digestive system, the important thing is an enzyme. What is an enzyme? Because when we say that food is getting digested, what it means?
जब पूरे दिग्पाल जहाँ के सभी गोविंद कैसे कह कहा तुम
It is getting broken down to the smaller units, right? So that it can be absorbed by the body. So they are the enzymes, what we can say. Okay, this is the workhorse for digestion. Okay, so whatever the food we take in, that has to be broken down, and the important substance that is involved, that is acting like, you can tell, molecular scissors to break down that one, they are the enzymes. Okay, so today what we will do is we will concentrate specifically on the digestive system, what are the enzymes involved, and each organ, what how it is helping in the digestion. Okay, so the first one here is the salivary glands, right, in the mouth. Salivary glands. So these salivary glands, they will secrete the saliva. Okay, next this food pipe. Okay, this is known as the esophagus, correct? Esophagus. So in case of esophagus, whether it is helping in digestion?
No, sir.
Of
No,
course.
sir. It is
No, sir,
helping
only
in the
passage.
movement of the food, the bolus into the stomach, from the
Simple.
throat into the stomach.
Correct. Simple peristalsis only, just movement.
Yes.
Then it will enter into the stomach. Here in the stomach we have the gastric.
Sir, there also peristalsis occur.
Yes, here also there will be the churning movement. Okay, that peristaltic movement. Typically, when we say peristaltic movement, it is associated with the esophagus, and in the stomach, when we say that, we say the churning. Okay, churning of the food takes place in the stomach. So what will happen, that food will become into a slimy pulp called chyme. Okay, we'll not go first. Let us just to follow one particular this one, because we need to follow this particular what is important first. Okay, most important first we'll see. So in the stomach, what is getting secreted? Gastric juice. Okay, and then the food will pass into the duodenum. Duodenum. Okay, it is called duodenum because some 12 fingers or something thickness, length. Duodenum. What is duodenum? This curved region, this pipe that is curved here, that whole region is known as the duodenum. So duodenum is coming under what? The small intestine. So typically most students will confuse, they will think that small intestine is only this inside this this one inside this colon, this region. The small intestine is going to start just after the stomach ends, from this region.
Yes, sir.
So
Pylorus, from the pylorus opening.
yes. So that will be the first, the duodenum, then the jejunum, and then the ileum. The jejunum will is not having that much role. Generally, after death is found to be quite empty. But this most coiled form of the small intestine is known as the ileum. Okay, ileum, ileum. So the food, after entering into duodenum, entering into ileum, from ileum it will enter into the large intestine. Okay. Under the large intestine, this cecum, ascending loop, descending loop, all these things are there. But as a whole, for large intestine, we simply talk about large intestine and ends in the rectum. This one is the appendix. Okay. But what is most important, we'll first concentrate on that. The two other very important glands of the digestive system are the liver and the pancreas. Okay. So what I will be doing is here we will follow step by step. First is the saliva, the food digestion starting in the mouth via the saliva. The enzyme here will be the salivary amylase. Okay, it is known as ptyalin. So what it is going to do, it is going to convert what into what? It is going to convert starch into
Starch into maltose.
maltose. Okay, first step. That means in the mouth, what digestion has started? Carbohydrate digestion has started.
Yes, sir.
Carbohydrate. Protein digestion and fats digestion, no, it is not there in the mouth. In the mouth, only this starch digestion is going on. Esophagus, of course, nothing is going on. We are not giving importance. Next, stomach. So here also what we will do, let us follow the same trend. Is any carbohydrate digestion taking place in the stomach? No.
No, sir.
Fat
On
digestion?
proteins.
No. Only protein. The
Yes,
name
sir.
of the enzyme that is going to digest the protein here is a pepsin.
Yes, sir.
Now, sometimes students find it difficult to remember. Okay. So let us consider someone is drinking the soft drink Pepsi. Okay, pepsin. Okay, easy to remember. Now, because we'll see that we can follow with that the story here. The protein, because it is the enzyme that is going to break down the protein into the peptides. This is one enzyme in the stomach, pepsin. This is there in the both children as well as in adults. But the another enzyme is present only in the children, that is the renin. In adults, it is not. Okay, absent in adults. So what it is going to do, it is going to convert the milk protein, that is the casein, into paracasein. Okay, it's a breakdown product of the casein. Okay, so pepsin, renin are the only two enzymes that is also for protein digestion taking place in the stomach. Then, of course, after the food has left the stomach, it is entering into the small intestine. And in the small intestine, the first one is the duodenum. This duodenum, this loop here, it is getting the juices, digestive juices from the liver as well as from the pancreas. Okay. So what we will do is a duodenum, we will break down into the two parts. Okay. That is bile. Okay. Maybe a little bit if I erase this, it would be good. This it will be more clarity. Just let me see. You can edit this one. We have an eraser. So, oops, it helps. Okay. Okay. So bile, and then we have the pancreatic juice in duodenum. So in bile, any enzymes are there? What is bile?
So it is a digestive enzyme only, sir.
So it is a digestive
Digestive
juice
juice.
secreted by liver.
Yes, it is a juice, digestive juice that is secreted by the liver. Now this juice is for digesting of the fats, but basically it is not doing any digestion. What it is doing? Emulsification.
Yes, sir. Breaking into small particles.
Emulsification. Yes. It is a no, it is a dispersing, you can say, in a way. Instead of telling breaking down, you can say, use the more appropriate term is dispersing. So what is happening? You know that fat will not be soluble in water. So what we will do, when the clothes become dirty with some kind of greasy material, we will add detergent. The detergent is going to emulsify that fat. Okay, it is going to make it into small droplets so that it can come outside, it can solubilize it. Okay, so milk is an emulsion, for example. Okay, fats are there in the water. Okay, so that thing is being done by this bile juice. This bile juice, whatever acid is there in the stomach, it will uh, here pH is acidic. Okay, so it will neutralize also. Okay, it will emulsify and it will neutralize. That's all. No enzyme business in bile juice. The pancreatic juice is important. The pancreatic juice has enzymes. So we will follow the same trend. Let us start with first carbohydrate. Whether any carbohydrate digestion will be there? Yes. There is the enzyme amylopsin. Okay, amylopsin. Amylopsin is nothing but the pancreatic amylase. It is of course going to do the same thing, convert the starch into maltose. Okay, so one for carbohydrate. For protein, there are again one enzyme. So pepsin. So you have Pepsi. Okay, you can sometimes is people find difficult to remember. Then you can. So there is a bottle of Pepsi. You want to open it. So you are try to spin it. Trypsin. Okay. Then when you try to spin it, it is also going to break that protein into small peptides. Amino acids. Okay, because proteins are made up of amino acids. So carbohydrate digestion, yes, pancreas are doing carbohydrate digestion, protein digestion, and also for lipid digestion, that is a fats digestion. The enzyme is stepsin. Stepsin. That is the pancreatic lipase. So it is going to convert the fats, whatever these emulsified fats are there from bile juice, okay, into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay. Okay, so pancreatic juice also all the three carbohydrates, protein and lipid digestion is taking place. After duodenum, the next important part of this small intestine is the ileum. Okay. So ileum here, this is the major absorption area, no? It's very large surface area. It has a lot of villi.
Yes, sir. Willy. Willy.
Yes. So ultimately the absorption has to take place here. Forget about breaking down. That all breaking down process over. Now one more step and it will go outside the body. Correct. So where that absorption has to take place, most of the absorption is taking place in the ileum region. So last chance. Carbohydrates. For carbohydrates, yes, there are the three important enzymes are there. Maltase. Whatever this you got from starch maltose, from salivary amylase and pancreatic amylase, we got maltose, both places. But the body needs glucose, no? No need maltose. So what it will do, this is the last step in ileum. It is going to use the enzyme maltase to break down the maltose to glucose. Okay, glucose plus glucose is glucose only. Okay, maltose. Next, sucrase. Sucrose, the sugar we consume every day at home, table sugar. Sucrase will break down the sucrose to glucose plus fructose. Lactase. Drinking milk, milk has the sugar, that is the lactose sugar, that will be broken down to glucose plus galactose. Okay, so these three are going to take care of the carbohydrate part. Okay, because last absorption step, so everywhere glucose 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 has come. Okay, that part is okay. Now for the protein also one is there, erepsin. Okay, it is going to convert this protein into amino acids. Okay, final end product for the protein digestion, amino acids. So started with Pepsi. In pancreatic juice, try to spin it, and after going one step with this steps in, finally opened the bottle to, it has the cool drink has come out, erepsin. Something, some kind of stupid story you can cook up, no problem, but you have to remember. Okay, so erepsin what is going to do, it is going to break down the protein into amino acids. So we have taken care of the protein. Okay, carbohydrate, protein over. Now lipid. So intestinal lipase, okay, breaking down the fats into fatty acid plus glycerol. Okay, so in this way it is summarized in one place, the steps, important steps. Okay, remaining little bit confusion here there happens is a different thing. This part should be extremely clear. Okay, so who is doing what? Saliva having the enzyme ptyalin converting starch to maltose, first step. No, it is not concerned with the protein and lipids. Stomach, mainly protein business, has a lot of acid in it. Okay, and these two enzymes, pepsin and renin, they will only work in this condition, full of acid. Next, small intestine. Okay, in small intestine these two regions are important, duodenum and ileum. In this it receives as duodenum receives bile juice and pancreatic juice. Bile juice only emulsification of fat, pancreatic juice taking place of the carbohydrate, protein as well as fat, all three. So amylopsin, trypsin, stepsin. Okay, in ileum also carbohydrate, protein, fats, all three taken care of. Final step is taking place in ileum for absorption. Therefore all the basic products, final basic products you can get after breakdown, that are taking place. Okay, from carbohydrates you're getting glucose, from protein amino acids, from fats fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, so in this way the major digestive steps we have covered here. The colon is only for absorption of that extra water and remnants of food, and rectum is only temporary storage of the before it leaves the body. Okay, any doubts you have in this one? Okay,
No, sir.
Sir,
so okay. So maybe what
Sir,
we will,
what is the use of galactose particularly in the body?
galactose, of course there is some very special uses are there, but I think it is too early for me
Sir,
to.
it is called brain sugar.
Yeah, it is called brain sugar because there is a specific type of in the brain, the proteins that are there on that membranes, they are called the glycoproteins. So they have a special pattern which utilizes this galactose. So there it is used, there it is used. but I think it is but that much we cannot go deep now. But different, you see, whatever tissues are there in our body, no, our body needs to know that it is our own or
Yes,
some
sir.
foreign substance. Okay, and not only that, it should know that this is the brain, this is the heart, this is this one. So all the tissues have a certain signature. Okay, what we say molecular signature. That signature is part of that system. Okay, so, but ultimately, if it is going into that signature system, fine. Otherwise, it will convert to glucose so that it can be used as a fuel.
Oh, okay, sir. So fructose too is also converted to glucose ultimately.
Yes, yes. Fructose and glucose are bye kind of. Okay, because it is what you say keto enol tautomerism. The small little bit of chemistry takes place. Okay, aldehyde ketone chemistry takes place. They will interconvert very easily with a slight pH change. Okay, so
Yes.
yeah. So okay, so what is
Sir, what
happening?
is emulsification of fats actually, sir? It is given very less in our book, explained in very less detail.
Okay, just you see. Emulsification you can understand in this way very easily. Like when we take, suppose you want to make a solution, okay, some cream, for example, okay, you want to start a cosmetic something, you want to make something, okay, so you are using a water base, okay, and in that one of course you want to make some kind of moisturizer kind of stuff, no? So for that you will have some fats, without that you will not have it. So when you are trying to mix the fats and water, they are not miscible, they won't mix with each other. Oil and water separate from each other. Okay, now how can we get them to mix? So what is happening is when we use this detergent, okay, or what you can say milder version is soap. Okay, so when we use this detergent or soap, what they are doing is they are emulsifying the fat. So if you look at the molecular structure, for example, fat, okay, long chain of carbon atoms will be there. Okay, for example, some 16, 20 carbon atoms are there. Okay, so at molecular level, what is happening? These chain of molecules, they will interact with each other to come close like this. Okay, they won't allow the water to interact with it because this is all carbon carbon and this water is polar. What detergent will do, it will interact with this also and also with water. Okay, so any substance that can have both the properties, it is a amphipathic nature. Amphipathic. Okay, it will have both polar non-polar nature. Then what it will do, these fats, inside there will be water like this, and these fats will form like this, like small if you all look under microscope also you can see they look like this, globules. Okay, they look like globules. So then it can become suspended in water, we say it is an emulsification. Okay, just like milk is an example of emulsified form. Okay,
Yes.
okay, so I think we are almost time, and I will take the attendance. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.